Y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you have not been here before, my name is Mrs. Rose Wilson. My name is Mrs. Rose Wilson.
My name is Mrs. Rose Wilson.
And I will identify myself by that because I take pride in that. Alright? My name of my channel is Mom Chronicles. I made my YouTube channel originally at the beginning of the year. I posted my first video January 1st, 2019. I posted, the channel was supposed to be about like me as a mom, my children, my husband, and I realized that really wasn't what I wanted my channel to be about. Because I wanted to be able to be quick on my feet when I'm talking, when we're doing something. It was too scripted, even though it wasn't scripted at all. So I stopped posting videos on my YouTube channel. So this is a whole new thing that I'm doing, and I'm happy about where I'm going with my YouTube channel. First and foremost, I enjoy social media. I absolutely love it, and I really think that you can make lucrative income and you can live a really good life on social media. Social media could be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. There's so many different platforms and ways you can make money off of social media. So I'm all about that. And I'm all about that, and I didn't really know how to get into it. So this is pretty much me telling you how I started getting into it. This video is about brand repping. And if you don't know what brand repping is that you have a business. It could be a big business. It could be a, what I mean big business, like major business. And I'll use fashion as an example, which is like Carter's, JCPenney's, let's say, I'm not gonna say Walmart, but Carter's, JCPenney's, the Children's Place, Crazy Eights, even though they just went out of business, but Crazy Eights, for an example, what is that, Jamie and Jack, so on and so forth. Those are businesses that sell clothing that you can represent those companies by either doing a campaign, be sponsored by that company, the list goes on. Now there is a thing called small businesses that you can rep for, and so there's a large community. A lot of people don't know this, but there's a large community for the small businesses. Now, I am an African American woman, so they don't have to. For me, they don't have to be have an African American owner, but that's a plus. But I have children that represent small brands that it could be a 1 or 2 man or woman company that either are hand making or they're a wholesaler. They purchase items and then they send you the merchandise. And so brand repping was so interesting to me because the online boutique thing is kind of really hot. It's really trending, and it's grown so much in the last, I would say, about 5 to 7 years. You know, if you heard somebody 5 years ago, let's say 7 years ago, say they had an online boutique, it was just kind of like, okay, who really shops online like that? I know I didn't, and I don't consider myself a shopaholic, but I shop on a budget. So if I'm not getting a discount, or if it's not just like a mind-blowing deal, I'm not gonna buy it. And that's just being honest with you. So with that being said, since I enjoy shopping and I enjoy dressing my children up, I have a degree. Now, I did not start the Instagram page for them until I had a second child, which is another daughter. I have 3 children, and so my youngest 2 are daughters, my oldest is a son. And so when my youngest daughter was 6 months old, that's when I started the Instagram account. I only think she was 6 months, maybe like 5 months. So I started the Instagram account, and it's kind of like the sister duo, kind of like twins type of thing, even though, you know, they're obviously not twins. And so I started the Instagram probably for about, I started in April 2018, probably up until September 2018, I wasn't really consistent with it. And with brand repping, one thing you have to know, you got to be consistent. So I really didn't know how to get my feet wet in growing an Instagram, from having 1 follower to possibly 40,000 followers. Or let's just say that's a small number, 10,000 followers. Okay? And then you would think, oh my God, 10,000 followers, 10,000 Instagram pages, follow you. It's very doable, and it's very doable in a year. It's very doable in 2 years, whatever the case may be. And so I didn't know how to do that. And the people that I knew that had grown their Instagram page tremendously, that it was their children's page they had grown, they had been doing Instagram for years. So the mechanisms that they used 4 years ago, let's say if that child is 4 or 5 years old, okay, so say 5 years ago, it's not the same mechanism you use now, because when Instagram first started, you couldn't even do videos, you could only do pictures, and there wasn't an Insta story. And then when they did add videos, probably about a year or so later, you could only do, 10 seconds, 15-second videos. You also couldn't have multiple pictures or multiple videos. Now you can have multiple videos up to, I think it's 10 or it may be 15 videos, 1 minute each. So you could do a whole video 1 minute a piece, equaling up to 15 minutes, because you've attached 15 videos to one post. So Instagram has changed quite a bit. And so like I said, the mechanism, or what they call the algorithm, that was used 5 to 7 years ago for Instagram is not what it is now. And so I know I started my Instagram page before I even had my oldest daughter, which is my second child. So yeah, like no one cared about likes, and no one really knew how to get on the Explore page. I know when I first started Instagram, I would rarely ever see black people on the Explore page, or what they, or going viral, which is, a common word in social media. So when I started my daughter's page, which you'll catch me saying this quite often, that I didn't know I should have started so early, so much earlier. Most of the time you start your child's Instagram page literally almost from birth, or maybe like 3 to 6 months, when they can smile a little bit, give you some giggles and laughs. I probably should have done that, but everything happens for a reason. But mostly you should start them when they're younger. Give them time to grow with their followers or whatever, if that's what you want to say. So from April 2018 to like September 2018, I wasn't being consistent. I didn't know. There was no manual. There still really isn't a manual. I have people that there's one particular Instagram page that kind of got started like right around the time that I started my daughter's page, and we've actually grown very close. They don't live where I live. They live like in the DMV, and we've got really close. She has 10,000 followers. It's a little girl, and she has 10,000 followers. We have about 3,000. I'm very happy with my 3,000, but I'm ecstatic that she got 10,000 followers. Like, because we actually call each other IG besties. My kids are her daughter's IG bestie, and vice versa, because we started together. We kind of figured it out. Her style is different than my style, which is another amazing thing about Instagram. If I dress, I normally don't, for an example, I normally don't dress my oldest daughter in name brand shoes, because she doesn't like them. They don't glitter, they don't sparkle, they don't light up. She's all about the light up shoes. When Payless was around, Payless has now went out of business. A light up shoes is what we would get her. Anything that sparkle would be something we would get her. Now my younger baby, because she's running, jumping, she's 19 months, she's running, jumping, moving, doing all this, we need something, a little more sturdy, or something that can grow with her. So we get her name brand shoes, but they're normally clearance or hand-me-downs. I'm just being completely honest with you. A lot of people don't know that, but it is what it is. So that's an example for mine. The other, my daughter's IG bestie, baby girl's a sneakerhead. You know, she has tons of sneakers. And they look dope on her. And they make it very, you know, girly, feminine. Or sometimes, you know, they throw a real, you know, swaggish on it. That's their style. And that's what's so unique about social media, and specifically Instagram. You know, when I post a picture of my daughter in cheetah print, or my oldest daughter in cheetah print, my youngest daughter may have a tracksuit on with her Jordans. It just depends, you know, on how I want to dress them. So that's what's so unique about Instagram. You can, unfortunately, people may say it's a bad thing, but you could be who you want to be. You know, you could in real life, as people say, you may not have a lot of friends, you may not even talk a lot, but you can be anything and anyone you want to be on social media. Now, that is not the approach I'm taking, but that's the reality of social media. So with that being said, there's no manual. And so I also noticed there's no manual. I'm sorry, let's go back a little bit. There's no manual with how you start an Instagram page, how you can go from 1 follower to 15 followers to 25 followers to 35 followers and 45 followers. And so what I started to do is look on YouTube. YouTube told me how to grow how to organically, which is another word that is used in social media, meaning naturally, just naturally grow your Instagram page, but it wasn't working for me. And I'm being completely honest. When I got consistent in September, like that's when I got really, really consistent. So before September, from April to, let's say, the middle of September, I would only post like on the weekends. And I might get a few likes. And likes are, on Instagram, likes are important. I only got a few likes. And I was ecstatic about that. I remember when the girls got 100 followers, I was blown away. Like, blown away. I think it took us like 6 months to get 100 followers. So I was just blown away. I was just like, oh my god, we got 100 followers. Yes, I felt like I hit 100,000 or 1 million. That's how I felt. So crazy. Like, okay, all the hard work, all the time I'm dressing them, you know, because at this time, you know, they're normally only going out on the weekends because I do work from home. So they're with me a lot. So there's no reason to dress up in, you know, nice clothes to be sitting in the house. They have house clothes that they wear. So I'm not taking pictures of them in house clothes. And half the time, let's just be honest, mom chronicle point, the hair was a mess. I probably hadn't washed it. You know, the list goes on. So I'm not taking pictures of that. So in September, when I started being more consistent, meaning I'm like, okay, well, how can I organically grow a child's Instagram page, right? Tune back into learning how I really started to grow their page, okay? This will be a part 2, possibly a part 3 of starting my journey in brand repping, okay? If you want to hear more about brand repping in general, which I'm going to talk about, but if you want to hear more topics or any topics you have about brand repping, put them in the comments below. All right, don't forget to like, comment, and share, okay? And come back, check me out, click the bell, because you want to be in the know when I lay the low down on my next video. All right, y'all. Y'all be silly.